we have won.
See what's happening? It's known as alligator Alcatraz, which is very appropriate.
New York's Democratic mayoral nominee, Zohran Mamdani, has come out swinging after President Donald Trump. POTUS had launched a blistering attack on him, questioning his citizenship, calling him a communist, and threatening arrest if he dares interfere with immigration enforcement in the city. Mamdani, a 33-year-old Indian-origin lawmaker and rising star of American progressive politics, was officially confirmed as the Democratic candidate for New York City mayor on Tuesday. The general election is set for November, where Mamdani will face off against Republican Curtis Sliwa and incumbent Mayor Eric Adams, who is now running as an independent. But within hours of his confirmation, Mamdani found himself in Trump's crosshairs.
We're going to be watching that very carefully, and a lot of people are saying he's here illegally. We're going to look at everything, and ideally, he's going to turn out to be much less than a communist. But right now, he's a communist. That's not a socialist. I've always said we will not have socialism in this country. In the speeches, I said, well, what? They skipped socialism, and you got a lot of them like that. And you see AOC, she's out there with her, bad IQ. She's out there ranting and raving about how wonderful he is. And look, so far he's winning. He still has a race to win, but so far he's winning, and he has an advantage as a Democrat in New York City. I was there a long time ago, and it was a long time since a Republican won the city. But you would think that a Republican would be able to win. Or you have a good independent running, Mayor Adams, who's a very good person. I helped him out a little bit. He had a problem, and he was unfairly hurt over this question. He made a statement to the effect that this is terrible. New York City can't have all these immigrants come in. And like he was indicted the following day.
Zohran Mamdani, who in his nomination speech said he will defy ICE and will not allow ICE to arrest criminal aliens in New York City. Your message to communist Zohran Mamdani?
Well, then we'll have to arrest him. Look, we don't need a communist in this country, but if we have one, I'm going to be watching over him very carefully on behalf of the nation.
At an immigration roundtable at the new Florida detention facility, President Trump launched a harsh tirade against Mamdani. He also took a swipe at New York's funding, complaining that the state gets far more federal aid per capita than Florida and threatening to tighten the financial spigot if Mamdani wins. In a fiery statement Tuesday night, Mamdani refused to be cowed. The President of the United States just threatened to have me arrested, stripped of my citizenship, put in a detention camp, and deported, he said. Not because I broke any law, but because I will refuse to let ICE terrorize our city. He accused Trump of launching an attack not just on him, but on every New Yorker who speaks out. He added, "If you speak up, they will come for you." The Democrat also blasted Trump for praising current Mayor Eric Adams, who has clashed with Mamdani in the past, accusing Adams of enabling Trump's authoritarian threats. He added, "It is a scandal that Eric Adams echoes this president's division, distraction, and hate. Voters will resoundingly reject it in November." Mamdani's candidacy has energized the city's progressive base. Born in Uganda to South Asian parents, he moved to the U.S. in 1998 at age 7 and became a citizen in 2018. If elected, he would become New York City's first Muslim mayor, a historic milestone in a city known for its diversity and democratic leanings. In a campaign video posted Tuesday, Mamdani said his victory in the Democratic primary shocked the establishment. He credited his success to relentless grassroots campaigning in working-class, immigrant-heavy neighborhoods, the same communities that Trump has often maligned. Mamdani said, "We can win back voters many have written off, if we give them something to vote for, not just someone to vote against." He also addressed Trump's unexpected popularity in parts of New York City during the 2024 presidential race. "We shattered expectations, including our own," Mamdani said, noting his strategy focused on meeting people where they live and talking about issues that matter, from housing and healthcare to public safety and immigration. Following Trump's remarks, a number of Republican lawmakers have reignited calls to review Mamdani's citizenship. Though he legally became a U.S. citizen in 2018, some in the GOP argue that his background and political ideology disqualify him from public office. Mamdani's supporters say this rhetoric is not only legally baseless but rooted in xenophobia and Islamophobia. Civil rights groups have condemned Trump's comments as dangerous and inflammatory. As the November election approaches, Mamdani's rising popularity and Trump's aggressive opposition have turned the New York City mayoral race into a national flashpoint, one that could redefine the political landscape far beyond the 5 boroughs.